Welcome back to the Chill Stoic, your quiet retreat in a loud and chaotic world. In today's episode, we're going to touch on something tender but essential: love. Not the kind splashed across movie screens or found in desperate songs, but love that's calm, steady, love that doesn't consume you but truly completes you. Have you ever wondered why some relationships bring deep peace while others leave behind nothing but confusion and emotional wreckage? It's a question that echoes in many hearts. Today, we'll explore how Stoicism teaches us to love with unwavering strength, not fragile attachment, to feel deeply without losing ourselves in the scorching fire of uncontrolled passion. Let's truly begin this vital conversation. Part 1. When love isn't meant to hurt. Reclaiming peace and connection. We've been taught, often subtly, that love must burn to be real, that if it doesn't hurt, it must not be deep enough. But that's a narrative the world keeps feeding us through songs that glamorize heartbreak and films that make jealousy look romantic. This pervasive idea often leads us astray. The truth is, real love doesn't shatter your peace. Real love doesn't leave you anxious, second-guessing, or constantly afraid of abandonment. In Stoic philosophy, love isn't a storm to be endured. It's a shelter. It's a place of quiet power, not emotional chaos. As psychologist Walter Riso once profoundly stated, mature love is a blend of passion and reason, where reason acts as the driver of the emotional vehicle. Stoicism takes this idea one step further, not by rejecting emotion, but by radically reframing it. Love, when rooted in unwavering clarity and purpose, becomes something that inherently frees you, rather than entangles you. Part 2. The Stoic meaning of true love. Embracing freedom, not illusionary possession. To truly love like a Stoic is not to love less, it's to love wiser. Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor and philosopher whose wisdom guides the Chill Stoic, once penned these timeless words: "Do not cling desperately to anything, not even those you love. All things change." At first glance, that might sound cold, or even apathetic, but it's not detachment, it's profound liberation. Stoicism teaches us that real love is never about owning someone's time, their attention, or their emotions. It's about deeply respecting their unique path while willingly walking beside them, not forcefully trying to steer or control them. When we attempt to possess someone, we're not truly loving them, we're grasping for an illusion of control. And control, in the Stoic view, is precisely that, an illusion. We don't even control tomorrow, let alone another human soul. So, the ancient wisdom compels us to learn to love with open hands, not desperately clenched fists. Modern psychology, perhaps surprisingly, echoes this ancient view. Studies in positive psychology consistently show that relationships rooted in trust, genuine respect, and compassionate understanding last longer and feel more fulfilling than ones built on fear, intense jealousy, or coercive control. When you love someone enough to simply let them be fully themselves and still choose to stand by them, that isn't weakness. That, my friends, is true courage. Seneca, the insightful Roman philosopher, beautifully encapsulated this by saying, "The greatest good that love brings is not fleeting pleasure, but the growth of both individuals." And that, in essence, is the very soul of Stoic love: mutual development, not emotional drama. You don't love someone to complete you, you love them because they are capable of growing beside you, and critically, not at the cost of your own precious inner peace. Part 3. How to practice Stoic love in the real world, cultivating connection daily. It's one thing to intellectually grasp Stoic love in theory. It's an entirely different, yet vital challenge to live it, especially in a world that so often confuses unhealthy obsession with genuine affection. But the inherent beauty of Stoicism is that it was never meant to stay confined within books. It was explicitly designed for the real, messy, emotional world we all navigate every single day. So how do we actively practice this love? A love that doesn't consume, but rather wisely cultivates. First, we master our own emotions instead of being mastered by them. This means mindfully noticing jealousy when it rises, but consciously not feeding it. It's recognizing anxiety as it emerges, but critically, not letting it steer our actions. It is the daily discipline of pausing before reacting, choosing reasoned response over knee-jerk rumination. Next, we build our bonds on shared values, not merely fleeting feelings. Ask yourself, do we both truly stand for honesty, for kindness, for self-respect? Because relationships deeply rooted in aligned values possess the resilience to weather life's inevitable storms. But those built on chemistry alone, without deeper foundations, often collapse when the initial fire eventually dies down. Then, we practice deep, empathetic listening, not just hearing words, but truly receiving what our partner is communicating. Our aim is to genuinely understand, not immediately to fix. To be fully present, not just reactive. This is how Stoic love subtly grows, not through grand, performative gestures, but through quiet, consistent attentiveness. Crucially, we release the desperate need for control. This is often one of the hardest lessons, yet paradoxically, it is also the most liberating. You simply cannot micromanage someone into loving you precisely the way you desire. Love is not a leash, it's a profound invitation. Let them be. And profoundly, let that be enough. Finally, we express love through consistent, deliberate action, not just through pretty words. Show up, offer genuine support, provide sincere encouragement. Because love in its highest and most powerful form is a verb, and true Stoics were never fans of idle talk or empty promises. Part 4. Lasting Peace from Mature Love. The unshakable Stoic bond. Stoic love doesn't equate to cold love. It certainly doesn't mean shutting down your heart or metaphorically turning into stone. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It means courageously opening your heart, but with crystal clear clarity, not crippling chaos. It means feeling deeply, profoundly, without drowning in the undertow of unchecked emotions. Real love, the kind that Stoics speak of, the kind we champion on the Chill Stoic, burns like a steady, enduring flame, not a destructive wildfire. It doesn't demand constant external validation. It doesn't demand possession. It stands resilient and still when the world around it shakes. It holds sacred space for growth instead of holding another soul hostage. You absolutely don't have to give up romance or joy to practice Stoic love. You simply have to make a conscious trade. Emotional addiction for grounded emotional awareness. Trade fleeting fantasy for enduring truth. Trade tiresome drama for genuine depth. When you cultivate love in this profound way, you no longer live in fear of losing someone, precisely because you never tried to cage them in the first place. And in that brave act of letting go, you finally discover true, unshakable peace. Marcus Aurelius, in all his profound wisdom, once powerfully reminded us, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together. But do so with all your heart, not with fear, not with suffocating control, but with courage, grace, and your full, authentic presence." So I invite you to ask yourself, is the love you're building rooted in peace or in relentless pressure? Is it genuinely allowing both of you to flourish and grow, or is it tragically forcing one of you to shrink? The Stoic answer to love is not less love, it's simply better love, wiser, calmer, infinitely more lasting. Thank you for joining us on the Chill Stoic. If this episode brought you clarity or a sense of calm, please consider subscribing or following our channel. Each week, we dive deeper into timeless Stoic truths to help you live and love with unwavering inner power. Until next time, stay grounded, stay kind, and most importantly, stay free.